Hello everyone and welcome to this very special draw. Not for one, but for two EHF Champions League Final Fours at the same time, together. Eight teams from 5 countries will be represented. This year, the two events, the EHF Final for Women and the TruckScout24 EHF Final 4 came closer in time. Remember, only 5 days separating the two events, and of course came closer in space for this draw. They say there's a first time for everything, and however, this is not the first time me and my lovely colleague Edith are hosting this event, but let me tell you, it feels like first time. The same goosebumps, the same excitement before the draw. So let me introduce you the one and only human being on planet Earth to host Final Fours both in Budapest and in Cologne for a total of 14 times. Szalai Edith.
Thank you so much. That's why you wanted to know the number.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
I know. Thank you. András Petur is my lovely colleague, and it's always lovely standing here, and it's always very special. So a very warm welcome from my side as well. And these events are special for so many reasons, but one of the reasons is that it means that we are approaching these amazing events step by step, and that means that it's getting closer. And I know that there are lots of fans at home watching, and there are lots of players at home watching, and I know you are very excited. All I can tell you is, even though András and I are not going to play at the matches, but trust me, but trust me, we are also very excited for you, and in less than an hour, we will know all the 4 pairings that we need to know.
So what are the major changes in the concept of the draw? What does it mean combined? We're not, of course, combining genders. So for Győr to play Kiel or for Metz to play Aalborg, it's not a threat.
Not really.
Yet. But we do combine the order of the draw. So for the first time, we will find about the pairings of the semifinals, both for men and women at the same time in a mixed order, which means that 2 women's team will be followed by 2 men's team coming out of the pot, and it will be repeated one more time to complete the draw. So that's how it is.
I would want to ask you to say that again, but I know you would kill me. So let's go on with our first video, especially created for you, the viewers. 10 years of women's handball magic here in Budapest, and now it's time to see the most precious moments from those 10 years.
Budapest Arena, are you ready?
Másodperc, Lekics, leteszi Csovicsra, Kiséva! Kiséva kivitte! Kiséva kivitte! Milyen győztes az Eto! Vége van! Bajnokok ligája győztes a Győr, 25-24!
So, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to the draw, let's have a short conversation with our special guests, the President of the European Handball Federation, Michael Wiederer, the Vice President of the Hungarian Handball Federation, Katalin Pálinger, and the Managing Director of the EHF Marketing, Lavis Lazák. Welcome. Mr. President, let me start with you. 10 years since the first EHF Final Four here in Budapest. How do you see the development of the competition and the event itself?
So first of all, women's handball deserved to have a Final Four. A competition on that level, on a neutral ground basically, but with a perfect environment. The start in the cooperation between the Hungarian Handball Federation and the European Handball Federation turned out to be even successful. And watching these wonderful pictures, I must say that each of the finals was exciting. I've seen all 10 of them. It was really beautiful. And there is a certain development on a sporting ground, but also concerning the atmosphere, concerning all things are happening here in Budapest.
Katalin, I believe Hungary is very well known for its passion for sport, especially when it comes to women's handball. So how important is this for the Hungarian Federation to host such an event in the capital of Hungary?
Yeah, we are very proud that Budapest can be the host city of the Final Four from the beginning and for the 10th time this year. This is a milestone for the women's handball and also for the organizers, for Hungarian Federation, for EHF and EHF Marketing, and for the city itself. The women's handball is very important and very popular in Hungary. So we are waiting, we are looking forward for the event with big expectation, and it is a big adventure for us year by year.
David, since 2022, MVM Dome has been hosting the event. It actually broke the record of the biggest attendance in the history of women's club handball. So how is it positioning the competition on the European market?
Last year's event was outstanding, and I do think that this created a dynamics which is really another boost after starting in 2014 and establishing the event for the future of this competition and of women's club handball. When we started this season, we gave ourselves the claim for the competition Dare to Rise, and I think we have proven that we dared to rise. We are now looking really forward to another spectacular event, which is proving the excellence of not only the European Handball Federation and the organizers, but as well of the Hungarian Handball Federation and all parties involved. And people can really look forward to some new things, to of course very sportive games, competitive games, and to an unforgettable weekend here in Budapest.
Before we move on to the men's competition, I dare to come up with a question, hopefully not too sensitive. So can you, Mr. President, see the future of the women's Final Four? No information yet, but will it stay in Budapest for the future?
According to the agreements we have, it is the last tournament here, but we are closely working with the Hungarian Federation on a prolongation, and I do hope that soon we can report on a success.
Very diplomatic, as a president has to be, of course. Over to Edith.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to those information. If I started the previous video with 10 years of handball magic, let me start this one with 15 years of handball magic. I was lucky enough to experience a few my own there in that wonderful German city. So now it's time to see the history video of the wonderful city of Cologne.
I think all the memories came back like this for all of us who've been there in Cologne, even at one time. Bad memories, good memories for the fans and for all of us who are working in handball or for handball. So again, goosebumps, but let's switch to the men's competition with a few questions. Mr. President, I think it's just fair enough to say that with Cologne, the European Federation just set the standards for an event, sporting, marketing, and maybe from media point of view. So is it fair enough to say that the decision to take it to Cologne was the right one 15 years ago?
Absolutely. When we decided to go to Cologne, it was a risk because it's a huge hall, 20,000 people at the time, the first ever Final Four. Can you imagine only having 5,000 or 6,000 people in the hall, what the resonance would have been in the media, by the public. So it was a hard fight in the first year to fill up the hall. And nowadays the hall is sold out even a year before, except those tickets being reserved. We have managed there. Many people work there. There is locally a very strong support. So it was absolutely the right decision to go there in the middle of Europe, easily accessible, so perfect for us.
It's always difficult to compare two events, like if you ask a mother like you to compare two beloved kids. But really, this is kind of a kid of the Hungarian Federation. So is it just fair enough to say that by now it has become just as recognizable as the event in Cologne?
I hope so, yes. As men's players often mention the event simple as Cologne, I hear more and more from the girls to say that Budapest for the Final Four. And I think both events and both venues became a very good brands as well. And with good arenas, good events, Cologne and Budapest are the places to be there as a player, as a fan, as a spectator.
Yeah, talking about the spectators, I think the fan experience might be on top of the chart. It's not only about the sporting part, it's about entertaining thousands of people who return year after year to Cologne. So how much effort do you put on the entertainment part?
We put, of course, a lot of efforts into it, always knowing and always building up on the sportive action on the pitch. This still remains the centerpiece and the central point of such weekend. However, I mean, and you can go to social media and all other channels. It's about content and it's about content creation, and our task is to build up an unforgettable weekend like we are doing in Budapest. And I do not think that it needs to be compared to each other. Handball is a very inclusive sport in this respect, and we are organizing both events with the same efforts. Of course, in Cologne, we have started, as the president has said, in 2010. We are using this event, as I said, for content, for fan experience, but as well for developing the sport, for doing tests, doing such small projects, which we can afterwards use for further development, for further evaluation for the sport, or in the interest of the sport of handball. Let me just underline and mention for this year's event, we are heavily investing into the TV production as it. Vertical production is a keyword which will be used and which we will test, which we will afterwards evaluate, and then hopefully distribute some even more interested content to the world of media.
For now, thank you for all three of you for joining us for this conversation, and enjoy the rest of the draw. Thank you again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, dear handball lovers, dear handball fans, and especially fans from Germany with 3 teams, Denmark with 2 teams, and Hungary, France, and Spain with 1 team representing their country in the 2 Final Fours. It is time. Over to you, Edith.
I cannot believe that you didn't read this, that you actually know this by heart, András. You keep on surprising me. For the draw, I would like to ask the president, Mr. Wiederer, to join me here in this part of the studio for the draw. And while the president arrives here, let's check the highlights of the quarterfinals for the EHF Champions League women.
Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more, make you overdose. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more, make you overdose. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more.
Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more, make you overdose. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more.
Usually, I'm the lucky one to introduce the president of the European Handball Federation. András has already done that, but I'm still grateful because I'm the one to welcome you here in this part of the studio, and I would kindly ask you to say a few welcome words.
First of all, my pleasure once again to work with you, to cooperate. The European Handball Federation and I personally are really looking forward not only to the draw results, because whoever is playing here against whom, we will see top matches, but rather to the two Final Fours. And I'm not only delighted, I'm excited to see what the result will be. So please, Edith, let's start.
Let's start. Just give us 30 more seconds, because I would need to pass the word on to András to make sure we understand the procedure of the draw.
Yeah, beforehand, let me tell you that only one of the 4 qualified teams have ever won the Champions League, and that's Győr 5 times, to be joined by Metz and Esbjerg, who are here for the 3rd time with a single newcomer as the first German team to make it to Budapest BTK. So as the first step of the draw, we will draw one team to each of the 2 semifinals. So all we will learn which of the 2 teams will not meet in the semis. Back to you, Edith.
Mr. President, first white ball to see the first team of semifinal 1. Team Esbjerg. This doesn't mean anything yet, but at least we started the draw. And now it is time to see this really great team road to Budapest. So, Mr. President, we will now find out who is team number 1 for semifinal 2. Only thing we will know is that they will not play against Esbjerg. Metz Handball. Let's show it to the camera. So they are the team, have already been to Budapest, but let's see their journey this year. Okay, so we have already know the two teams that will not play against each other. And just a reminder, we always tell you this is not the order of the semifinals. I'm sure András will say it at least one more time. But for sure, we know that Metz will not be playing Esbjerg. We will continue with the women draw after we have seen the first two teams for the men's competition. And for now, let's see the highlights of the Machine Seeker EHF Champions League quarterfinals.
So for men, we're going to follow the same exact methods as we did for women. So one team into semifinal one as first team, and the second team into the second semifinal as team one. So they're going to avoid each other. And so many interesting questions. 10 years without two German teams in the Lanxess Arena. But now we have two, actually, Magdeburg to try to defend their title after Barcelona did that in 2022. We have Kiel coming back from a 9-goal deficit against the French side, Montpellier. We have the record champions, of course, Barcelona. And Aalborg looking for their first ever title with Mikkel Hansen on board with the opportunity to win that trophy he's been chasing throughout his spectacular career. So many possible stories. Let's find out about the first row.
I can imagine at home people are like, come on, let's see. So, Mr. President, all eyes on you. First team of semi-final one in the men's competition is Magdeburg, the first German team. Amazing. Let's see how their, well, also long road to Cologne, but not so long since they will be only going from their own country. Let's see Magdeburg's road to Cologne. Okay, this is not rocket science, but if you pick Kiel now, it means the two German teams will not play against each other. Totally unnecessary information. I just thought I'd say something clever. Mr. President, let's see the team one for semifinal two. Ooh. I saw it. Barca. So definitely Barca and Magdeburg are not going to meet in the semifinals, but now it's time to see how this amazing team got to Cologne. We know the first two teams on both of the competitions now. it will actually get really exciting. But please let us very briefly, I know you're very excited at home, but just a few information. The new ball design for the EHF Final for Women 2024 and TruckScout24 EHF Final for 2024 from our ball supplier Select. The new ball design reflects premium quality, unparalleled excellence, and the spirit of champions. The Golden Roads to Budapest and Cologne will end with the new ball being used there in these two events for the very first time.
Let me tell you a few words about the new features of the Fan Village, starting with Cologne, which will be on a totally new level. Many different activities on site for the fans who can actually compete against each other. They can take photos and memories, and above all, they get a chance to get a new perspective of the Fans Village from above, from the sky, because TruckScout24, as the title partner, will be present with an air balloon hanging on a crane, which offers the fans to rise up in the sky and get a view not only of the city of Cologne, but of course the Lanxess Arena itself. And now a few words about Budapest. Our partner Select will be present with a very special activation that we call the speed goal. So it really will come in time, hours before the first throw to be part of the show.
And of course also because of the Fan TV. Whoever has seen some draws where I was there, you know how much I love the merchandising and how much I love the hoodies. I'm so glad that I'm the one to share this information with you. This year, the design basis comes from the winner of Dare to Design merchandise contest. Very, very well done for anyone who designed it, because they look really good. Design shows the two Final Four arenas well and connects them with Cologne and Budapest as hosting cities and our competition. Designs will be printed on t-shirts, hoodies, and will be sold on-site in Budapest and Cologne for 3 days. Make sure to get one as a memory. András?
And now just a few words about how we move on with the draw. Actually, it's very simple, and we go back to the women's competition. So 2 more balls in the pots. The first to be drawn will be playing in the first semi-final against the opposition that we've already learned about. And the second will play, obviously, in the second semi-final. Let's see.
But again, please don't forget that it's not the order of the semi-finals. We will be giving you the order a little bit later. Mr. President, now is the real excitement, because we will have the pairings. Let's see who is the opponent for Esbjerg. Oh, I can't look. Győri Audi Eto KC. So, the most ever titles in the history of the Women's Championship and the Women's Competition. Now it is time to see the road to Budapest for Győr. This is the part where if there's any surprise in that, then we did something wrong. But let's open it.
Okay.
Okay, good. Bietigheim, the newcomer, will be meeting Metz, right? Yes. Okay, should have written that down. So let's see how this really great team qualifying for the first time to Budapest, let's see their road to video.
So here we come with the summary of the draw. We already know the pairings, so the main reason why we get it together here in Budapest. So Team Esbjerg will take on Győri Audi Eto KC. Interesting to see that the two clubs met 6 times in their history in the Women's Champions League. and you had won all 6 of the matches, including last year in the bronze medal contest. So who knows when the time for Esbjerg will come, but this is a really exciting semi-final. And of course the newcomers, Bietigheim, it's always difficult to be a newcomer, but still has a lot of opportunities. They're not threatened, they are really new by any means, and it can cause some difficulties for the more experienced French side Mets. So that's about women's pairings, and now it's time to find out what's going to happen in the Lanxess Arena. The method is pretty much the same, so the first team to come out from the pot will play in the first semi-final, and the second one will play in the second. Over to you, Edith, again.
Okay, I can hardly breathe. Mr. President, let's see who the second team is for semi-final 1. Oh, wow! That looks really nice. Oh. Aalborg! That is our second team in the pairing. So we already have, well, we actually know the end, but we will definitely draw the last one as well. But for now, let's see the Road to Cologne video for Aalborg. Yet again, Mr. President, let's hope no surprises here. And there are not. Barca is going to play against THW Kiel, so no German teams. So there is a chance for 2 German teams in the final, but of course the other way around can go as well. Mr. President, that was amazing. I cannot thank you enough. Actually, this wasn't, I'm not joking, this wasn't easy. I mean, well done. Thank you very much. Really great job. And from now on, you can also just enjoy the draw because the official part of this is over. Thank you. And before we head on to the goodbye words, I would like to show you the Road to Cologne video for THW Kiel.
You know what I'm doing? I'm smiling on my cards and trying to actually memorize and trying to foresee all the possible outcomes, which is impossible to do in 1 or 2 minutes. But as a handball fan, it's just crazy what we're going to experience both in Budapest and Cologne. It's just crazy.
It is.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is. I really wonder what the players and the fans are thinking at home right now. Are they happy? Are they satisfied? I have no idea. Well, actually, I counted 24 more days for the Budapest Magic and 29 for Cologne. I wouldn't put too much money on that because I'm not sure if these are right numbers. I calculated them, but for sure it's less than a month to see both the Magic in both great arenas.
Let me confirm one more time that the draw order does not necessarily correspond to the order of the games. The allocation of which match will be played at which time will be announced soon. So can't wait to find out about that too.
Thank you for joining us for the draw. It's always a pleasure, and so much looking forward to meeting all the fans and of course all the lovely teams at both arenas. For us, we will see you in Budapest, hopefully with a lot of fans.
See you there. Goodbye.